So Thursday we are going to set up team objectives, and we're going to try to do three on the field objectives and 3 off the field objectives. Okay. And then what I would like also on Thursday is I will set up a time with each one of you to talk about your personal objectives. Okay. So those are the kinds of things that are in this folder. Parents, just for your guys' sake, there's a lot of things that go on with these kids' minds and their heads, simply because, think about this, they get on the field, they play a game that's good or bad. We are coaching them or over-coaching them or under-coaching them, so that's one. Themselves is another influence. Their players on their field is a third influence. And then they get off the field and then they have a ride with you for 45 minutes or an hour or 2 hours, a 2-day tournament, and then you're an influence. So from me to them, because they won't say it, it's very hard to not be a parent on the field, off the field, in the car, at the hotel, after training session. So they'll know what they did wrong. You don't need to encourage it. I promise you they'll know, and if they don't know, I will tell them. And that's probably where it should lie. But if you are struggling with oh my God, I wanted to say something. Kelsey just couldn't score left and right. You're more than welcome to say, hey, coach, could you talk to her about this? I saw that. And that's not a problem for me. I can do that. All right. But I just think about it from their perspective. They get 5 or 4 different ways of people telling them what they did right or wrong. Okay. You guys pass those out. There are 16 of them. I think 2 or 3 of us are not here today. So each one of you gets one. So parents, for you guys, is your sake. So what's new, right? We are in Classic 2 in Premier. We have several new players. We are also raising the bar. We're going to raise the bar out in training. We're going to raise the bar out in the pitch. And we're going to raise the bar out on individual aspects of development as a person, holding accountability, being someone of character. All right. It will start with today and setting the focus with, am I prepared? Do I have the right socks, the shoes? Did I bring the right cleats, the shirt? Do I have a water bottle, etc., etc. All right. It will go every day until the end of the season, when it's the worst, when we all want to be done with it, but it's for the finals. So those are the kinds of things that we have to kind of focus on this year, is really, 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 really trying to commit to a different level and a higher standard. Right? Communication is going to be huge. There's, again, a couple ways that we're going to do communication. Parents, you are always, always, always welcome to talk to us if you feel that there's something wrong with your athlete, or if you feel like there's some injustice. I have no problem with that. I am completely okay with talking to any one of you. Okay? For the new parents here, I'm pretty open and flexible, and I think I'm pretty approachable. The old parents might tell you no, but whatever. This year we're going to have 3 ways to kind of talk to me or communicate within each other's. We have a new team manager, so please give her the courtesy as she's new, or a class. All right, she'll need that later. All right, maybe a glass of wine. But she's brand new to the whole thing, and she's trying to learn it just as much as we're trying to give her information. She's doing a wonderful job, at least in my mind, to kind of communicate as much as possible. All right. 3 ways. There's office hours, what I mentioned. The soccer council. Soccer council will be 2 captains plus 2 non-captains of the team. That will talk about maybe the tempo of the team, the atmosphere, where we're feeling, if there's any injuries. Maybe we want to go out to dinner here or lunch there sometime. I was going to do a huge team building thing over the weekend with all of the girls, and we're going to go camping and all that fun stuff, and that just kind of didn't pan out. So if the council would like to do that at some point in the season, that's what the council is there for. If you're having a problem, or if you don't feel like you're getting what you want out of a session, or if you feel like you're kind of lost on something, or if you arrive late, the soccer council is the group to go to. Talk to them if you have any questions, issues pertaining to the team. Not about playing time, not about why am I not starting, not about why is this position not the one I want, just about the team. Okay? 2 captains this year. You guys, again, will get to pick those captains. Those captains will be responsible for warm-ups, stretches, communicating from the coach to the team what has maybe been changed, altered. It might be times. It might be, hey, you know what? We're going to go for ice cream this week. Do you guys want to get a feel for the team? Go ask the team and then bring it back. So there'll be multiple ways you guys can talk to each other. It's about you. And because the 11 girls, when the whistle blows, is who's going to win or lose this game. It has nothing to do with me. It has nothing to do with your parents. And we cannot blame the refs, at least this year. Okay? Big picture. 2 major things that we're going to try to commit to this year. Commitment is the big one, on and off the field, home, school, friends, family, etc. Challenges. In your folders, and you don't have to look now, we'll go through them in a little bit. There are individual goals that need to be set. You'll set those with me. Every 3 weeks we will go over those goals. Are you meeting them? How are you meeting them? What are you doing to meet them? If you're not meeting them, what can we do to alter, be flexible, or hold you accountable for them? Okay? And then, let's see what else. We already went over that. Okay, good there. They're kind of actually the expansion of last year. Again, I have all of your folders from last year about what you wanted to accomplish, and if you accomplished it, and tracked it, how did you accomplish it? Evaluations of ourselves, teammates, and coaches. These players, I think last year, I'm not 100% sure, I think I asked you to do an evaluation of me and see how you liked it with me and Coach Rice, and did we do well, and did we help you? And for the most part, the feedback was good. I want you guys to keep me accountable, because that way, that means we're in it together. If I just keep yelling and yelling and yelling at Meg, oh, where are your goals? Why aren't you working hard? And I'm not out here learning and developing and holding myself accountable, then it's a one-way street, and that's not fair to you guys. Okay? What else? We have, you'll have opportunities to reflect on your goals. You'll have opportunities to, throughout the weeks and the season, we'll sit down again. And so it won't be a one and done. We'll sit down and we'll talk. So if Vinny's really struggling with something, she's like, Coach, I want to be able to turn on my right and finish within 2 or 3 touches. Okay, fine. What are we doing to do that? Well, I sit home and play video games and soccer, Xbox all day long. Okay, well, obviously that's not something that she's going to be successful at. So we'll maybe need to tweak our goal and maybe set different standards. Okay, kind of build relationships between us so that I can connect with her, but as a player, but as a person too. She might just come in and we might sit down. We might not talk about a goal at all. It might just be, hey, I'm struggling at home. Mom's really on my case. My grades are suffering. My boyfriend broke up with me 4 seconds ago. Okay, so, and that's huge, because then your best girlfriend picks them up, and that's the end of the world. All right, right, Vinny? Yeah, we know, right? Yeah. Okay. And growth. This year, you guys have got to make a decision. Either Coach Rice and I talked about this. We have 2 angles. We have 2 ways we can approach this year. You guys can go in and just have fun, and we can have a fun season, and we'll do what we can. Maybe get 500 record, maybe win 3 or 4 goals or games. Or you guys can go in all in, 100% dedicated, and say, listen, we're going to try to get in the top 3. We're going to try every day to be the best person, player, and athlete I could possibly be on the pitch and at training. I'm going to try to go to school and be the best person and athlete that I can be. I'm going to try to do my goals as best I can. So it's completely up to you guys. We have 2 angles, and we've talked about this. We're at a crossroads right now. You guys are at a level where you're technically stronger. Your speed has increased. You've had a season under the high school, so that the stress of that is over with. And now you have to make a decision. Am I going to make this a full-time commitment, or am I going to just kind of do it when I want to and kind of half-blooded? All right. It's going to be trusting, communication, accountability, and leadership. That's going to be a big thing for us this year. That's going to probably stem from the training pitch into the field, after the field, at school, at home. Yes, you still have to respect your parents, and yes, your parents will come talk to me and say, hey, Audrey's been cussing at me the whole week. Well, now I know that Audrey is not committed to this team because now she's out for a game, or now I've got to sit her because she told her mom to do all these terrible things. Okay? So those are the kinds of things that we're going to be talking about as a commitment as a team. It's going to be very different this year than last year. Okay? Objectives from this year. We're going to set team goals. Remember, we talked about 3 team goals on the field and 3 team goals off the field. Each player will be responsible to hold up her duties as a teammate. What else? My goals. I've got a couple goals myself, personally, parents. and players, my goal is to make your touches, your decision making, and your communication better. Those are my goals. Communication, touches, and decision making on and off the ball. That's for me. So if you don't see that in the season, then that's me failing your players. Okay. Or their decision not to take it. What else? Off the field, I'd like to develop them as young ladies. Believe it or not, I've had so many. I'm not that old, but I've had girls that are married and have kids now, and I've coached them. They're 17, 18, 25, 33, whatever it is nowadays, and I have them, and they now, getting married and having kids, and they call me and they send me emails and text messages. So these relationships here are more important than the season's goal ratio or did we win the conference last year. I would rather get to know these players individually than just did we win, did we lose. That's what I would like instead of other things. For the parents, just to kind of let you guys know, just a couple things. In the folders, there's a thing called growth mindset. Players, this is for you, but I'd like the parents to kind of see it too because it helps you push them in the right direction. There's two things. There's one was called fixed mindset and growth mindset. A fixed mindset, and probably everyone in here has said, well, I can't do this. I can't kick a ball with my left foot. I can't pass with my left foot. That's a fixed mindset. A growth mindset is I can't kick with my left foot right now, but I'm going to try. Or I can't serve with my left foot right now, but I'm going to try. Or it's going to take me a couple more weeks to work on it. That is a huge, huge cognitive development within the player. Psychologically, she's already beat herself before she's even attempted to try. Or if she's tried and failed, she's already accepted failure as a normalcy. We can't have that. Okay? So fixed mindset and growth mindset are going to be two totally different things this year. A lot of the words and phrases you're going to hear this year is next action.